Okay, once again, good Sunday morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Sunday, April 11th. We're going to be going over recapping what happened in baseball and football action yesterday with LSU, Southeastern, and UNO. So we're going to recap, and also Southeastern football. So we're going to recap Southeastern football. Riverbell Classic was yesterday. Southeastern 152-45. So we're going to be going to that recap today. So let's begin. We are recapping what happened yesterday. So we're going to send our links out. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So you'll have it. If you want to come in video chat with us, you can do that. So let me go ahead and send those send that out to everyone. And looks like he's on. So we put this in. Okay, let's go ahead and recap what happened yesterday. LSU played yesterday against Kentucky. They won 8-6. We're going to recap yesterday's game. So I'm going to go to the box score, and we're also going to hear from Paul Maneri what happened in the game from TigerBait.com. So we're going to have that clip as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go up to LSU baseball. We're going to recap what happened. LSU wins 8-6 yesterday. They did play against Kentucky on Friday. They won 15-2, but won 8-6 yesterday. And it was only a 3-game set for LSU and Kentucky. So let's go ahead and give you the game recap of yesterday's game. I'm going to go over to the game recap screen, and we'll recap what happened. I'm going to go by inning. Okay, that's on the screen. Kentucky, LSU wins 8-6 in the ball game. Your winning pitcher was A.J. Lavris, 2-0. Garrett Edwards has got the save in the game. The line score for LSU, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Kentucky, 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. That was in the game yesterday. So we're going to recap. We're going to go by play. So let's begin. Okay, LSU left 1 man on base. That was in the top of the first. They had no errors. They had that was on a walk by Cruz. So Cruz walked in the first. So everything was strikeouts and groundouts. LSU scored their second run in the top of the second. It was on a Morgan flyout. Beloso scored, so he scored the second run. The first run was scored on a walk by Arnold. So Zach Arnold walked in the top of the second, so they left 2 men on base. So it was 2-0 LSU in the top of the second. Then on top of the third, LSU scored 2 more runs, made it 4-0 on a Beloso fly out to center field was sac fly. Doherty scored on that sac fly, made it 4-0. The third run came in on a Thompson single. So that was in the third inning. So they left 1 man on base. That was in the top of the third. Now LSU in the top of the fourth. Dugas hit a 2-run home. It was 6-1 Tigers. That was in the top of the fourth. So that was Dugas. That was on a 2-1 pitch. They left no men on base. That was in the top of the fourth. So LSU scored their 2 runs in the top of the fourth. So 6-1 Tigers in the top of the fourth. LSU scored their 1 run that was in the Top of the fifth, they had a single. The Giacomo did score on the single, made it 7-1. So it was 7-1, 7-1 Tigers. And then in the top of the sixth, they did not. They just had a strikeout, fly out inning. In the top of the seventh, LSU left one runner on base on 2 hits. So they got only 2 hits in that inning in the top of the seventh. Now, Kentucky scored in the bottom of the seventh. They had so they scored their 4 runs to cut the lead to 7-5. So that was in the game. So they did score on a single. They did score on a there was a single to left field and also a single to right center field. So that was in the bottom of the seventh. They left 1 runner on base. That they made it 7-5. Kentucky in the bottom of the eighth did score 1 run. That was on a single, made it 7-6. So it was 7-6. They left 2 runners on base. Top of the ninth, LSU scored that run. That was Doherty single. Doherty scored on that Thompson single, so it was to left field. Made it 8-6. So that's how LSU wins their game. 8-6 was your final score. So 8-6. So we're going to go through the box score. I'm going to go through the box score and give you a box score analysis on LSU's hitting. Okay, LSU hitting. K. Beloso had a double. Dugas had a double. Home run by Dugas. Dugas hit a home run. Sack fly was Morgan and Beloso. Base runner Cruz and K. Beloso in the game. So LSU left 8 men on base. Let's go through the box score performance. Trey Morgan went 1 for 3. He had a hit. He had a walk. Dylan Cruz went 0 for 4. Gavin Dugas went 2 for 5. K. Doherty went 2 for 5. Giovanni DiGiacomo went 1 for 5. Jordan Thompson went 3 for 4. He had a RBI and a walk. K. Beloso went 2 for 2. Hayden Trubisky went 0 for 3. Kyler Cranford went 0 for 1. Zach Arnold went 0 for 3 in the game. So he went 0 for 3. So Kyler Cranford was a second baseman, and also he was replaced by Zach Arnold. So that was in the game yesterday. Okay, pitching performance by LSU. LSU gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 was earned. Walked 4 and struck out 7. AJ Laver struck out 6 in this game. He only had 1 walk. Floyd walked 2. Devin Fontenot walked 1, struck out 1. Garrett Edwards got the save. He didn't have no hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts given up. So that was in the game yesterday. So it's save number 3 for him. So once again, Laver was a little struggling in the game yesterday. So I'll be honest with you, the LSU pitching was a little bit got a little bit stagnated. But the truth of the matter is, they got the job done. So final score: LSU wins 8-6. They will play later on this afternoon in Game 3 of the 3-game series. So Game 3 will be later on this evening. LSU Kentucky. So that's your LSU Kentucky recap. So let's go over to Paul Mainieri and hear what he had to say about yesterday's game. So I'm going to put the the clip in. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we'll hear about Paul Mainieri talking about yesterday's game against the Kentucky Wildcats.
It feels really, really good to actually have a game like this go our way and not end up losing. So it's really good.
I'm going to go over to Paul Mainieri. Fast forward to Paul Mainieri.
The big lead, but then they start coming back, and then Jordan gets that hit. You just had good baseball fortune finally go your way tonight.
Well, I thought we played a really good game again. I told the guys, I went to bed last night, and I thought, man, we really looked good, last night. And we swung the bat so well, aggressively. And we got good, when we got our pitches to hit, we didn't miss them. And I just felt like, man, I think we can do this again tomorrow. I really did. I thought we'd come out and swing the bats again, and we did. We came out again and had some really good at-bats early, and we got some runs, and we built a good lead, and AJ was pitching well. It seemed like a carbon copy of last night. And I'll tell you what, they brought in their dudes from the bullpen. I mean, they weren't being shy about it, even though they were behind. They brought in their closer there in like the fourth inning with them behind 7-1, and he has a good arm and had some good pitches, and he was able to shut us down there for quite a while. And then, AJ started to tire there in the seventh inning. I was really hoping he could get us through 7 innings. And then, the plan was to give the ball to Floyd. And I thought Floyd could get us, the 8th and 9th inning. And AJ gave up a couple of hits there right away in the 7th inning. And I thought, well, I hate to bring Floyd in and have him throw out of the stretch right away. But he got the first guy to pop up. And I thought, oh, he's gonna do okay. And then things just kind of unraveled after that. And then, I just thought, man, I got to go to Fontenot right now. Like last night, I just didn't want them to gain any momentum. And I thought it was a critical time, and he got the double play ball and got us out of the inning. And then in the 8th inning, it got hairy again, and Devin just gave it everything he had. He just emptied the tank and gave it everything he had. I thought we had the double play ball to end the inning, and we just didn't turn it quickly enough, and they got it run. But then he got the next out, but he just didn't have anything left. He gave us everything, and I had all the confidence in the world that Garrett Edwards could come in and do the job in the 9th inning. Obviously, Jordan Thompson gave us a big run there in the top of the 9th, give a 2-run lead. With Collette coming up to lead off the 9th inning, that second run really, I didn't feel like we had it in the bag, but I really liked the fact that Collette was not the tying run leading off the 9th inning, and that helped us, be able to challenge Collette a little bit more. I think he's got like 9 or 10 home runs already on the year. So, we played a good game. I didn't think Kentucky would go away, and they didn't. They battled us right to the end, and we were able to hang on. It was a good win for us, and happy for our kids.
Hey, Coach, I know you talked a little bit earlier in the week about how Garrett was kind of clamoring for that third starting job, but he goes out there and pitches a clean 9th inning. Do you guys envision him kind of as a closer for you guys moving forward? Is that kind of the role that is the most ideal for you guys?
Well, we had kind of been planning on him doing that, and he had a couple of outings where he ended up giving up the run where the game ended up ending with him giving up the winning run, and so then we started him in a game. So I wanted him to kind of pitch where he didn't feel like the game was on the line necessarily, so he could get a little bit of confidence back. I don't think his confidence really waned, but I wanted him to just go out there and let it rip a little bit without feeling like the game was on the line. But he'd been in that situation before, and I just felt like he could handle it. I think he could be equally effective as a starter or at the end of the game. And I told him, that we hadn't made up our mind who was going to start on Sunday, but we weren't going to hold anybody back. If we needed somebody to win a game on Friday or Saturday, we were going to use him, including him. and obviously we needed to use him. So we used him. So obviously he won't be starting tomorrow. We're going to start Blake Money tomorrow in Sunday's game.
What is it about Blake that you like in that starting role?
Well, we extended him a little bit last week when he pitched against Vanderbilt, and I thought he did a really nice job. The secondary pitchers are coming on, and hopefully he can get us, not only pitch effectively, but maybe get us, a little bit of the length. I hope he can get us 4 or 5 innings tomorrow, and then we're just going to have to try to piece it together. Obviously, Fontenot won't be available for us. I doubt Floyd will. I think Garrett will, and then we'll just have to use some of the other guys and piece it together the best we can, and hopefully we'll swing the bats well again, and it's going to be another, Donnybrook tomorrow. Hopefully we can find a way to, come out on top again. All right.
All right, we're good? All right, thank y'all. Thank you. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, using Blake Money. Look, they're gonna have to use Blake Money to give him some innings and stuff like that. So because Floyd might not be available. So I look at it this way. Look, LSU right now, they're gonna have to, like, right now they're in a bad situation with their pitching rotation. Hopefully, like I said, with Jaden Hill being injured, look, they're gonna have to use their supplement those players that's playing. So once again, final score 8-6. LSU wins game 2 of the 3-game series against Kentucky. They will finish later on today. So that is LSU recap. So we will go over to UNO recap. So I'm going to recap UNO baseball. So I'm going to go ahead and recap the UNO Privateers. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move this up, get this up into the screens, and we'll recap UNO baseball. Trying to see if we can find. See if I get it. I'm gonna grab it in a second. Grab UNO's box score. We'll recap what happened for the UNO Privateers. UNO 17, 14, 12, and 7 in Southland Conference play. They played against Sam Houston yesterday. 20-13 was your final. So UNO wins 20-13 out at the Privateer Park. So let's go ahead and recap UNO baseball. And then we'll have Southeastern baseball as well. We'll recap, and also Southeastern football. They played the Riverbell Classic. Okay, once again, UNO wins 20-13 shootout game as it looks. UNO 20 runs, 20 hits, 2 errors. Sam Houston 13 runs, 13 hits, 3 errors. Colin Cullivan was your winner. He's 1-1. Also, Kay Seleska was your losing save winner. That was at around 5 o'clock. So that was out at Privateer Park. They win 20-13. So let's go ahead and give you a full play-by-play breakdown of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and once again, top of the first, Sam Houston scored 3 runs to start off the top of the first. They hit a 3-run homer, so it made it 3-0. Sam Houston, that was in the top of the first. They on 1 hit, and UNO came up in the bottom of the first, scored 9 runs. So they scored 9 runs. That was in the bottom of the first. That was on. Let's see, 9 runs. It was Paige Howard hit the single to second base. Gage Howard scored. Also, Gage Howard. So it's Gage Howard. Paige Howard had Gage Howard score. Gage Howard singled Bo Bratton scored. Bird scored, made it 6-3. So that's how the game again. And also Salah Isaac advanced to second. Willard scored. So that's how the scoring began for the UNO Privateers in the bottom of the first. So 9 runs, 9-run inning, made it 9-3 UNO on top. After 1, Sam Houston came back and scored 3 runs on a. So they started with a single, and so they scored on. That was a single to first base. Then they had a walk, made it 9-5, and then they cut the lead to 9-6. So that was in the top of the second. So they it was 9-6 UNO. That was after 2. Bottom of the second, UNO left 1 man on base. Top of the third, Sam Houston did not score. Bottom of the third, UNO scored 2 runs on 3 hits, left 2 men on base. That was in the game. Luther Willard doubled, and first scored, made it 11-6. So it was 11-6 UNO, and then UNO scored 4 runs, made it 15-6. It was Gage Howard scoring on a advance in the third. There was Pace Howard singling, and then Luther Willard flied out, made it 15-6. So they scored those 4 runs, made it 15-6. And then Sam Houston scored 2 runs, cut the lead to 15-8. That was in the top of the 5th. UNO left 1 man on base. So there was a hit by pitch by Bo Bratton. Sam Houston scored 3 runs in the top of the 6th. They scored on a single to center field, so it made it 15-11. So it's a shootout game. Then UNO scored on a Gage Howard. So there was a Pace Howard single. So Pace Howard single. Also, Isaac Williams had a single to right field, made it 17-11. That was in the game. Also, Sam Houston scored on a double to right field, made it 17-13. So it's 17-13. That was it was batting around. Also, UNO scored in the bottom of the 7th. They scored on a Gage Howard fielder's error, and it made it 18-13. And then top of the 8th, Sam Houston did not score. UNO scored 2 runs. That was in the bottom of the 8th. Salah Isaac had a bunt, so it was a sack bunt. So it was a throwing error. Was an unearned run, so it made it 19-13. And then the 20th run scored on a sack fly by Bo Bratton. Isaac Williams scored on the sack fly, made it 20-13. And top of the 9th, Sam Houston only had a double to start off the top of the 9th. They had pop out, ground out, strikeouts. So that was in the game. So UNO wins 20-13. So we'll give you the box score in this game. So we'll give you UNO's box score. Okay, UNO box score. Fur went 1 for 4. Gage Howard went 4 for 6. Paige Howard went 3 for 6. Luther Willard went 2 for 4. Isaac Williams went 3 for 4. Salah Isaac went 2 for 5. Travis Goober went 1 for 5. Bo Bratton went 3 for 4. Also, Darren Willis went 1 for 3 for the Privateers. They left 9 men on base. They had 40 at bats, both teams. So both teams going up runs in the game. Doubles by Woolard and Gage Howard. Sack flies by Woolard, Bo Bratt, and Furr. Also hit by pitch was Darren Willis, Bo Bratton, and Furr. Now the pitching for UNO, they had 9 walks and 7 strikeouts. So that they kind of struggled in that game. 9 walks and 7 strikeouts. Sealer Joe had 5 walks. Colin Cullivan had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Matthew Bartholomew had 1 walk, and also Cade Selesky had 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. That was in the game yesterday. So once again, UNO wins 20-13, was your final score. The next game, they will take on Sam Houston. That will be a 1:00 game out at Privateer Park. So so that one is recapped. So we will go over to Southeastern football recap. So we'll recap what happened. So you'll see what that's in there. Rose Taylor, thanks for giving me that like. Appreciate it. Okay, let's recap Southeastern football. Southeastern football played against Nicholls State. That was in the Riverbell Classic yesterday. So Southeastern wins 52-45. What's your final? So we'll give you the box score. We'll go ahead and give you the box score in this game. So I'm going to go through all the box information. So I'm going to put that in. So let's go ahead and do that. Southeastern winning 52-45. Always, every year, Southeastern and Nicholls. I'm gonna tell you, these two teams absolutely go to the woodshed in these games because look, I mean, Nicholls has a potent offense, just like Southeastern has a potent offense. I mean, you're gonna see scoring out of the wazoos. That's something, like I said, look, I know about because I saw those games. I saw those Nicholls and Southeastern games, and they were just absolutely just going at it. So let's go over the scoring plays. Okay, let's begin in the first quarter. Cole Kelly scored on a 6-yard pass. Southeastern, it took 13 plays, 75 yards. Southeastern goes up 7-0. Nicholls kicks a field goal, 9 plays, 51 yards, 3 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock. Made it 7-3. And then Southeastern came back, scored on a 4-yard touchdown pass from Cole Kelly to Turner. 7 plays, 75 yards, made it 14-3. Also, Julius Gums had a 1-yard touchdown run. It took 7 plays, 91 yards. And then in the second quarter, Gums had a 4-yard run, 11 plays, 80 yards, made it 17-14 Nicholls. Also, Gums had a 3-yard touchdown run, took 8 plays, 59 yards, made it 24-17. Then Southeastern came back and kicked a field goal, made it 24-17, 11 plays, 61 yards, with 16 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Third quarter, Southeastern has a 35-yard interception by Jordan. The extra point was good, made it 24-24. And then Southeastern scored on a 8-yard touchdown pass from Cole Kelly. 7 plays, 45 yards, made it 31-24. So it's 31-24. Then Nichols came back with a 25-yard touchdown run from Scott Lindsey. The extra point was good, made it 31-30. The extra point was blocked, so it was blocked. 5 plays, 50 yards, 5 plays, 50 yards, 145 off the time of possession. Southeastern had a netter interception that was Henderson, a 23-yard interception return, made it 38-30. And then Julius Gums had a 4-yard run. That was on KJ Franklin's pass. 11 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 26 seconds. Also, Southeastern had a 45-yard touchdown pass from Cole Kelly. Took 5 plays, 65 yards, made it 45-38. Also, Cole Kelly had a 20-yard pass play. It was 10 plays, 39 yards, 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Off the time of possession, made it 52-38. And then Nichols came back and scored on a 15-yard touchdown from Scott Lindsey. Made it 52-45, 9 plays and 90 yards, 1 minute and 52 seconds. So that's how the game ended. 52-45 was your final score. Southeastern 4-2 in the season. Looks like they will most likely will be in the playoffs. Probably this year. So they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in the FCS playoffs, just like Nichols will be in the playoffs as well. They're 3-3 in the conference, but Southeastern finishes 4-2 in the conference. So they will most likely will get bids to go to the FCS playoffs. So that's this year. So let's go over the stats. I'm going to give you the stat numbers. I'm going to give you those stat numbers. Okay, stat numbers are on the screen. Southeastern had 25 first downs. Nichols had 30. Nichols had 11 on runs and 15 on passes. Southeastern had 6 on runs, 18 on passes. The running games, both teams, Southeastern had 81 yards on 39 attempts. That was 2.1 yards for an average. Nichols had 216 yards on 40 carries. That was 5 yards for a pop. Southeastern put up 418 yards and 5 touchdowns. Nichols had 1 passing touchdown, so they had 1 passing touchdown. They went 19 of 38, had 4 interceptions. For the Nichols Colonels, 261. Total offense, Southeastern had close to 500 yards on 82 plays. Nichols had 477 yards on 78 plays. They averaged 6.1. Southeastern punted 4 times. Nichols only once. Kickoffs, Southeastern had 9. Nichols had 7. So third down conversions, Southeastern went 8 for 17 in the game. They also went 3 for 3 on third down conversions. Red zone efficiency, Southeastern went 5 for 6 in the red zone. They were sacked. So Southeastern had 1 sack given up. Nichols had 4 given up on sacks. So that was in the game yesterday. So that was so let's give you the drive charts. I'm going to give you a drive charts for Southeastern. Southeastern's drive chart like this. They had a punt that was in the second quarter. They kicked the field goal that was back in the first quarter on 11 plays, 59 yards. They had a punt that was in the third quarter that was on 7 plays, 13 yards. Also another punt that was 7 plays, 18 yards, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Off time possession. Also They also had a netter punt that was on 3 plays, 8 yards in the game. So for the Nichols Colonels, they had an interception that was on 3 plays, 5 yards. So it's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 interceptions. So they also had 3 on 1 play and no yards. And then also Nichols had an interception on 3 plays and 6 yards. So 3 plays and 6 yards for them. So the Nichols Colonels. And the down was they went for it on 4th down. That was on 5 plays and 21 yards. 5 plays and 21 yards for the so that was your drive summary for Southeastern and Nichols. So Southeastern wins 52-45. They win the Riverbell Classic. Let's give you the numbers on Southeastern. Southeastern Cole Kelly had 30 of 41 passing. He had 4 touchdowns, 4 sacks, so he was sacked 4 times. So definitely sacked 4 times. Lindsey was sacked 1 time. Southeastern quarterback Cole Kelly was sacked 4 times. Cephas Johnson went 1 for 1. Now the running game, Southeastern, the main carrier was Teron Jones with 10 carries. Cole Kelly, 17 carries, 61 yards in the game. So it was 81 yards. So that was a 2.1 yards for a pop. Now, CJ Turner had 11 catches for 110. Cooper had 5 catches for 90. Javon Connor with 6 catches in the game. So he had 6 catches. Dawson with 1. Spurlock with 1. Mitchell with 2. Wilson with 2 in the game. So once again, your final score, Southeastern wins 52-45, which your final score. Southeastern wins their game. So once again, playoffs will be set. Once the playoffs are announced, they will be set for who will get into the FCS playoffs for the spring semester. So final score 52-45, Southeastern wins. So they win the Riverbell. Riverbell is a very prestigious trophy between those 2 schools, Nichols and Southeastern, with the distance between those 2 schools. So okay, let's go over to Southeastern baseball recap. We're going to recap Southeastern baseball. Southeastern splits. Southeastern wins their splits a pair with Abilene Christian. Southeastern wins the first game 8-3. Your winning pitcher was Trey Schaefer. He's 2-2. Daniel Dugas gets the win, gets the save. That was in that one. So he wins the game 1. Now game 2, Abilene Christian wins the game 8-4. Noel Higgins was the losing pitcher. Tanner Riley was got the save for Abilene Christian. So that was Southeastern's now 19-12, 12-7 in Southland Conference play. So they will be so they did win their games. Okay, so that we'll recap Southeastern and Abilene Christian and Southeastern Nichols. So that is in the game. So once again, So let's go ahead and go over some news headlines. We're at 40 minutes here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Also tonight we'll have Pelicans versus Cleveland. I will be doing the play-by-play broadcast, so we'll be doing that later. So let's go over some Twitters before we wrap this up. So we'll move along and go over Twitters. Okay, FL teams, Trevor Rogers and the Miami Marlins shut the New York Mets out 3-0. So that was in the game yesterday. So that's from FL teams. Follow them at FL teams. Also, Tennessee Titan, former former Tennessee Titan Eddie George will now be the new coach at Tennessee State. So congratulations to him. This is from Brett McMurphy. You can reach him at Stadium. Follow him or send an email to him at brettmcmurphy@gmail.com. So congratulations to Eddie George for becoming the new head coach at Tennessee State. Okay, let's see what this says. Okay, the Giants acquire Theo Espada. So he's going over to the Giants. So looks like he's going to go over to the Giants. This is from MLB trade rumors. Okay, Dexter Fowler will undergo season-ending knee surgery, so it looks like he's not going to be coming back. So this is from MLB trade rumors. Go to MLB trade rumors. Okay, this is from Flutster Sports Zone. Devils Sammy Vetterton, if I'm saying his name right, is placed on waivers. So it looks like he is going to be placed on waivers. So this is from Flutster Sports Zone. Follow him at Flutster Sports Zone. Also, let's look at this young man. This is Mike Will. This is in one of his track. This was at City Park. So let's this young man ran a 10.8. So that was a good run by this young man. So so he just crosses the finish line. So that's from Mike Will. Follow him at Mike Will. That's 13K. That's Mike Will 13K. So good run by him, the young man. He had a 10.8 in going to the finish line. 10.8. Okay, let's give you the lineups for LSU. LSU taking on Kentucky. Okay, Morgan will bat first. Dylan Cruz will bat second. Davin Dugas will bat third. Kay Doherty will bat fourth. Mitchell Sanford will bat fifth. Jordan Thompson will bat sixth. Kay Belosa will bat seventh. Zach Arnold will bat eighth. Alex Malazzo will bat ninth. And Blake Money will be the pitcher for the LSU Tigers once the game begins. Okay, why Josh Palmer will be better in the NFL than he was at Tennessee. So that's what they're talking about. So this is from 247 Sports. Go to 247 Sports. Okay, this is from PFF Fantasy. The most receiving touchdowns of 50 yards since 2019. A.J. Brown with 6. So this is from PFF Fantasy Football. Follow them at PFF Fantasy Football. Okay, once again, this is from Floodster Sports Zone. Panthers signed Nikhil Gustu. Gusev. Once again, this is from Floodster Sports Zone. Go to Floodster Sports Zone. So let's see what else we have. Okay, this is from Southeastern, and this is the anti-jet reverse that was against the Colonels yesterday. This was the reverse. Southeastern throws a pass play. Nice little, nice, perfect designed pass play for the touchdown. So that was in the game yesterday versus Nichols. Okay, this is from Colorway Crypto. Worst teams draft picks in decades. This is from Bleacher Report. Follow them at Bleacher Report, and also Colorway Crypto. Crypto. If I'm saying his name right. And we'll see what else we can talk about before we wrap this up. Okay, once again, Nebraska wins the National College Bowling Championship. Congratulations to those young ladies. So this is from the NCAA. Go to NCAA on Twitter. Okay, this is from this was a home run right here. The Miami Marlins. That was in Miami Marlins game yesterday. Okay, this is once again from Alan Waddell. Follow him, Alan G. Waddell. He's the sideline reporter with Southeastern Louisiana. That's one of the Nichols players that attacked Nichols fans that attacked a Southeastern player after the game. So this individual right here, look, that's something you don't do. So I'm glad this individual. I'm glad this individual was arrested, because that was something you don't do in games like that, because that is stupid. I mean, that is irresponsible. I mean, you're going to get yourself arrested. I mean, if you're that drunk, if the guy might have been drunk or something, he might have been on something or crack or something. I mean, look, you got it. Like I said, look, you don't attack a Southeastern player after they win a football game. Look, if you're that pissed off about losing a game, then don't go to the game. I mean, but that right there is absolutely uncalled for. So once again, this is from Alan G. Waddell. Follow him at Alan Waddell. He's the sideline reporter for Southeastern. So it still matters. So that's what it is. This let's see. Doesn't this guy know it's only FCS football and no in the spring, no less? Yes, that's what it is. But you don't go attack somebody like that. You don't attack somebody because you're pissed off because they lost a freaking game. Are you that stupid or that idiotic? That's why I say you don't do stuff like that. That is just the dumbest thing to do. So please don't follow Alan G. Wydell. It's Alan G. Wydell. Okay, this is from ESPN FC. Weston McKinn scores on the 5th. That was in the one of the games. So that's the young man that scored. Okay, this is from Dallas Braden. Follow him at Dallas Braden 209. That's Dallas Braden 209. Okay, MLB trade rumors. Let's go over to MLB trade rumors. I don't know why it didn't go to MLB trade rumors. I'm going to have to go back over to MLB trade rumors and see what that was. Okay, MLB trade rumors. The D-backs and Astros might be getting some major rotation reinforced this week. So it look like they're going to be some trades or something like that coming down the pipeline. So once again, this is from MLB trade rumors. You can go to MLB trade room. Let's see who sent me a like. Bill Porsche, thanks for that like. Appreciate it. Also, Rose Taylor. Again, thanks for that like. I appreciate it. See what else they was talking about. More information. This is from MLB Trade Rumors. Okay. Padres announcer goes nuts over the Joe Musgrove no-hitter. So that was on FanSided. Let's hear what the announcer said. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can play it for you. I don't know if I'll play the call. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the call. I'm gonna get this switched over and I'll play the call.
Ground ball to shortstop. Kimmel got him first. The San Diego Padres get their first no-hitter in the history of the franchise. And it belongs to San Diego's own Joe Musgrove, sending the Friar faithful into a frenzy.
So Joe so that's from Nick Pollock. That's from Pitch List. Follow him at Pitch List. So they sent Joe Musgrove got his no-hitter a couple of days ago. So congratulations to Joe Musgrove on getting his save. So we'll wrap it up in just a few minutes. So let me get this switched out and we'll go over some more tweets. And we'll wrap it up for today. Okay, this is from Chandler Rome. Astros opted Christian Javier to be the second alternative in advance of Jake Ador Rizes. If I'm saying his name right. In addition, so this is from Chandler Rome. He's a beat writer with the Houston Chronicle. Follow him at the Houston Chronicle. Okay, this is 20 hours ago. This is Wiz Dry, Jordan Speeds, birdie on number 8 from the tree. So nice little birdie. So that was a birdie by Jordan Speeds. So he gets the gets it into the putt. Okay, what's last night's women's champion, Balika Belair wins the championship last night at WrestleMania. So once again, night 2 of WrestleMania will begin at 7 p.m. Tonight. So 7 p.m. tonight, WrestleMania 37 will be going on. The championship matches that's scheduled for today will be later on this evening. So let's wrap this up. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We'll be back later on this evening for the Pelicans versus Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll have the game for you. Game audio broadcast only. That will be later on this evening. Also, tomorrow night, we'll have Pelicans in Sacramento. So 2 nights of basketball here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So thanks to Rose Taylor and Bill Porsche for giving me a like. I appreciate it. Also, once again, we'll be back later. Like, share, and follow us. So let's give you the information. Okay, like, share, and follow us. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Kerry.Wehmeyer. Also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Tumblr. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Skypes. Also, follow us on the LinkedIn page. You can go over to my LinkedIn page and just give me a follow there. Also, follow me on Blogspot. Sometimes we do put blogs out, but not often. But we do. When we do, we'll put them out and we'll share them. So also you can follow me there. We'll be back once again. We'll see everybody later on this evening.